Hello, hello, everybody. It is Michelle, your Couture independent designer. Am I live? Am I live? Come on in and say hello. We are going to play with the January color of the month today. Come on in, you guys. Let me open this. I'm so excited to try this. I haven't tried this yet. Oh, fun, fun, fun. Okay, so what I have here is our Bisous, our Bijou. I think it's called Bijou because someone explained to me the other day that it means color changing in another language. But this is our color changing ink. And when you add this to your order, when you're ordering online, you can add this to your cart once, for a designer, if you have 45 PV, or if you're a customer, when you reach 75, you're going to get 2 packets of both of these, and one of them is called Sun. It's a color changing couture ink. The other one is called Sky. So we're going to play with this today and see if we can have some fun with this. Oh my gosh, I didn't clean up my squeegees from last night. Let me go throw these in the sink. I have a pile of squeegees from last night. And as I told you guys before, we do have the fun Valentine's Day sale. So this is a transfer that's actually in the Valentine's Day sale, but just like yesterday, this is a transfer that is not just Valentine. You could use this any time of year. And this is the Focus on the Good. How cute is this? Focus on the Good. There are chalkable chips available. I'm going to ink with it today, but then I can also use these. And there is the flower chalkboard. There's the Focus on the Good, which you could use that for any other transfer too. And then there's a cutout of that camera. But I'm going to make a t-shirt with this today so that when I wear it outside, it does some color changing. Let me bring this down here. So what I have is a t-shirt. This was actually a t-shirt that was from Couture for one of our events that I ended up not going to. But we're gonna put this right on here. So what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna get my ink mat. You know, we have a couple different sizes of ink mat. This is our ink mat that matches our lumbar support. So it's an 11 by 23. And I'm just gonna put it in between the shirt so that my ink doesn't bleed through the front to the back, okay? That's the purpose of this. If you don't have an ink mat, you can use a piece of cardboard, just you don't want that ink to go through. But what I love about the ink mat is that it is tacky and it's gonna hold my fabric for me. This shirt is a little large. And I'm gonna take this mat and move it up to where I'm gonna put my design. And then you see how it's gonna hold my shirt right in place. I'm gonna just straighten my shirt. I also like that because if you have like a shirt that's wrinkled, it gets all the wrinkles out for you also. And then just like there. And then I'm gonna make sure I have the center. Sometimes I'll actually fold my shirt in half to give me a line so I know where the center is. Just like that. There we go. And then I'm gonna open my transfer. And remember, inking is a little different than chalk. I'm not going to fuzz this transfer because I want it to be sticky, all right? Let me get my transfer trimmers. And we have different sets of flowers on here. I'm not a real flower person, so I'm trying to decide if I want to use the flowers on the t-shirt or just save them for that chalkable chip shape. There we go. But we have the Focus on the Good. I'll just play around with these because we may want to put some of this on because remember this is color changing. So we may want to see the difference of the color changing and the color. And maybe since we have the sun and the sky, which is a yellow and blue, we might want to add in another color in there. to help out. So let's see. Let's just say if we, I don't really think I want the flowers on there though. What do you guys think?
You got up too.
We'll just go down here and then put this here. Like that. I don't think I want the flowers on there. Maybe we won't do the flowers. Maybe we'll just do the camera and that, and I'll save this for when I do the chalk. I'm just not I don't want flowers on my shirt. I don't want flowers on my shirt, but we're gonna go ahead and peel my transfer, and then I'm gonna set it right on my shirt. Focus on the good. And then I'm gonna press it down so that there's no air bubble and there's no leaking in there. This is so cute. You know, I used to do some photography in my basement, actually where I am now. I had a whole setup. I don't do that anymore. But I'm gonna take my ink. This is the sun. I picked this shirt because I felt like it would match with the colors. And then I'm just gonna snip the side off because we're probably not gonna use very much of this. All we're gonna do is that section there. So look how this comes out. It almost looks clear, doesn't it? Or white. So we have that, and then I'm gonna take my sky. And this almost has a yellow tone to it, doesn't it? There we go. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to grab my sun. Look, it almost reminds me of the glow-in-the-dark paste. And I'm going to go all over the silk screen here. Oh, this might be a little challenging to see where you've inked because it's the same color as my shirt. Maybe I do need more. Because you're going to want to make sure you get a really good coverage on there. Let's get a little bit more. And I'm gonna get it all there. Hey Vanessa, hey Vicky. We're playing with the color changing ink. And I brought down what I think might be a UV light, but it might be LED. So I'm hoping we can still see some of the color change. If not, I'll have to take a picture when the sun's out tomorrow. Because this is color changing ink, and it changes color when it has UV or sunlight. I'm doing the top one. This is the color of the month for January. It's a little different. Usually we've always all year have had chalk paste, but this is a little switch up. They're going to be doing a lot of different things. And instead of a paste of the month, you do have the free paste with purchase right now. So you can get both. You could get your color of the month with your purchase, and you can also get the Dear Diary and Sincerely Yours. So now this one is the sky. And I'm just gonna go all over here. So it almost has like a yellow tint to it. Which if you're indoors, you may think I'm just wearing a very faded shirt. There's been some really good recommendations that when you do this, maybe you want to do the main design in a non-color changing. That way you at least have a design also when you're inside. I need to add more to this. So maybe we'll do, I just wanted to see it change color with this. And this transfer is also one of the transfers that is available for our Valentine's Day sale. So if you are a customer, it is half off right now, and it's such a cute transfer. If you are a club customer, you'll get an extra 5% off, so that makes it 55% off. And if you're a designer right now, it is 62% off. And then there is the available also on sale chalkable chip shapes that matches this transfer, just so you know. But I'm gonna go over this a few times to make sure that my color changing gets in there. Like this. I'm really close to the edge here. It makes me a little nervous. There we go. So because it's hard to see, I'm hoping I've really filled in all of those screens. So what I could have done is like outline the camera in another color and do color changing on just parts of it. So you do have a design, but we'll continue. This is a trial with Couture to see if anybody likes color changing. If they do, then they'll make it in more colors. At Leadership, which I did not go to, they actually gave out a little jar of color changing. I'm just gonna peel my transfer off. And you see how you can kind of see a little bit of a design on there. Put this over here. And then I'm gonna remove my mat so I can dry this. I don't want it to smudge or smear. Take that out. And then I'm gonna use just my dry tool to kind of surface dry this. So it almost looks like a pale green camera, which I love that color anyway. I'll just dry it a little bit. And I didn't even think about bringing any parchment paper or wax paper, but I have some butcher paper, so we're going to use that. And I'm going to use some of my fuzzing cloths as a mat. I've never used butcher paper for this, but I have butcher paper because I do like to do sublimation. So we're going to just go like this. And I'm going to heat set it. Now you could use a regular iron. If you use a regular iron, you want to just iron it on both sides for 4 minutes. You could use a clamshell press. This is just a quick press. And I'm going to do both sides. I don't think we're getting all of the camera, so after this is done, I'll move it down just a little bit. So you're going to heat set at the temperature of whatever fabric you're doing. So if you're using a regular iron, set it to that fabric and then heat set. Awesome. And what I love about it, so your Couture ink is going to fuse with the fabric. You're not going to feel it on top. It actually fuses right into there. I really don't know if this light that I have here is UV or not, or if it's LED. I have 2 lights down here we could try. This is one of my nail lights for my Sistico. And when I Googled it, one of the Googles told me that it was LED, but then another Google told me it was LED. So I don't know which one was the right one. Now I'm gonna go ahead and heat press the other side. This reminds me, you guys remember Hypercolor? Remember, did anybody else have a Hypercolor shirt where you would put your hand on it and you would see a handprint from temperature change? Am I aging myself by telling you about my Hypercolor? Here. I'm having a lot of fun seeing everybody's responses in my pajama party in the VIP group, so you're going to want to make sure that you get in there and play with us. Vicky remembers those. Weren't they fun? I'll never forget the time I got pushed into a pool wearing my hypercolor, and it didn't work after that for some reason. I don't understand why, because you could wash it and it would work. All right, who knows what was in the pools back then. All right, so now we have this. It's not tacky. It is perfectly fine. You can kind of see a faded look in here. So let's see. This is my nail light. We're going to try with this one first. Do you guys see how it looks now? I'm going to see if it changes with this. It did! Look, now it's yellow. Hold on, it may not be strong enough like the sun. But did you guys notice it went from white to yellow? Let me hold it there a little longer. It's yellow! This is, look at this. Hold on, let me go like this. I'm gonna go upwards and see if you guys can see the change. Not as much as I can see it. It's teal or blue underneath. Let me hold it here a little longer. It's cool where my view is because I can see half of it. That's in the light green, and then the other one's in teal. It goes away super fast though. Can see it a bit, okay. It doesn't last long enough. Let me just let this sit here. I'm gonna get my other light and see. Even though I think this one definitely is LED. Hold on, let me see what it says. I can't actually tell. This is the light that I use. Whoops. This is the light that I use for my glow in the dark. So I'm gonna get this and see if there's any UV in it. Can you guys see it? Look. There you go. See how fast it changes though? You see how the color changes? This one's really bright, so let me try this. This is my crochet light because I can't see. No, this one definitely is not LED because it doesn't change like the other one. So this is not LED. The sunlight, I mean not LED, UV. UV is what we want. Let me unplug that. Let me try this again. It's really cool when you're really close. I have 4 packages of those. Oh, you got a lot of these. Look, did you see it there? Watch. Look, there you go. Do you see a change? Hey, Teresa. Let me try this again. This is my poor little nail lamp. See the color change? Maybe we'll go up to the yellow again. There, now you really see the yellow. So that's what's going to happen when you walk outside in the sunshine. It's going to go from the light cream to the yellow. Look how bright that yellow is. And then let's go here. And look at, there you go. Now do you see it? Let's see if we can do the whole thing. There's the bright yellow. I'm not holding, oh, the light turned off. I'm like, how come it's not working? It's because the light turned off. Let's try this again. There's the yellow. See it change? There you go. Now you can see the blue. See it? There it goes. Now it's going away because it doesn't have any more UV light. How fun is that? Let's do it again. Okay, let's turn this one into a bright yellow. See that? I feel like this is getting in the way. Yellow. Doesn't last really long as we're away from the light. See, now it's going to change back to the cream. See the camera? Look at that. That is so cool. So yeah, you definitely might want to incorporate this color with another color so you can always see something. Look at that. It's going to go away. Look at that. Isn't that super cool? Oh, I love it. So if you use it on a dark shirt, will it be white and then turn color outside? Should we try it on something dark next? Let me get something dark. Oh, that's cool. I could see here. Let me see if you guys can see this if I was wearing it. So you can see that there's something on it. I can get something dark, Teresa, if you want to see what it looks like on dark. Isn't it amazing? All right, so I'm going to pretend there's sun on my bosom. Look at that. Oh, wow, you could really see it that way. That way we're getting good light on it. You see that? So I'm out in the sun and I have that. And then we'll kind of let it change back. I'm not really holding it straight, but there you go. Now it's kind of disappearing. But you saw it there, didn't you? Look. There it is. Let me get something dark, Teresa, because we have plenty of time to play. I'm just going to rinse off my transfer. And then we'll do it again. All right, let me just find something darker in my stash. I have so many inkable things that it's gonna just be hard for me to figure out what I wanna do. There we go. Let me see if this bag is big enough. If not, I may need to just do part of the transfer, but I do have, hey Cynthia, let me dry my transfer because I just washed it. Maybe I'll just put the camera on one side and the focus on the other. All right. There's a lot of lint on there. And I actually brought down a lint brush for my sublimation. Where it is, I don't know. I'm just gonna dry my transfer here. I don't want to fuzz it because I want it to be sticky, but I do need to dry it. Let me see. Let me see, Teresa. I want to see if there's something that will hold the whole thing. Same bag, pink bag, purple bag, blue bag, pot holder, blue bag, koozie. Ooh, I have a lot of pink. That's not expected of me. Maybe I'll just use this tape to, I guess it would be the same as that. Isn't it amazing? All right, so let's see how it looks on a darker. I'm just going to use some of my packing tape here to get some of this lint off. There we go. All right. What is that on there? It's a little sticky. All right, let's get this. This is such a small bag. Hey, Christine, it might be cute to put the camera on one side and the focus on the, oh no, we could fit it. Ooh, maybe we can fit the whole thing. Hold on. I think if we pop out the bottom. Now the only thing is we do need some of this. So here's what I do when I have a project like this. I'm gonna cut my mat, this is why it's good to have these mats in different sizes. You can fit it in different things. And I'm just gonna put this right in here. This is gonna be a cute little bag, especially if you like to take your camera places or just have a cute little bag, which if you're like me, you have many, many, many bags. All right. And I'm going to use the sticky part of my mat to hold that bag in place, just like this. And we're gonna do the same thing again with our transfer. Again, bubble is trouble, and it's more trouble if you're inking. There we go. All right, I'm just gonna get more of my, there's plenty in here to do several different projects. So this is the sky. And then this is the sun. And you do get 2 packs of each with each order. There we go. Oh, that's where my squeegee went. All right, so let's go ahead and take the sun. And again, we're gonna do the focus on the good in this. We saw how it looked on a cream shirt, so now we'll see how it looks on a black bag. Just going to get this in all of the silk screen. This is so much fun. All right, so I'm gonna make sure that's pushed through all of those screens. And again, I'm thinking if you were to combine this with a permanent color that's not color changing, that way you can always see something. But this is our experiment for Teresa to see what it looks like on a dark color bag. This is also really cute because if you think about old time photography, think of the pictures you take and how you develop them in the dark and they change. Isn't that cool how this is the one that we're doing with the color changing? This is such a fun transfer, you guys, and this is on the Valentine's Day sale. You'll find this under specials. And again, it does have matching chalkable chip shapes, and it's just a fun, cute message. And it's perfect for those that have photography as a hobby or just love to take pictures or just like positive, uplifting, motivating things, right? All right, so we're gonna make sure, remember, fabric likes to suck up our ink. So I'm gonna make sure that I have enough on the surface that we can see it all the way through. I think this is going to be our next sprinkle prize. I don't have the box down here, but I was adding the names in between patients. But some of these projects that we're making, I think I'm going to make that into sprinkle prizes. Who wouldn't like to get a cute little bag? I may not want to give this away, actually. We'll see. All right, there we go. So we have all of that. I'm going to make sure my fingers are clean. And then I'm going to remove. Look at that, Teresa. Look at that. Okay, so I'm gonna put this on the side. Oh, I just stepped on my ink mat on the sticky side. It fell on the floor. There we go. I'm going to dry it a little bit. Isn't that a perfect little project? These are so much fun. And look, you can just do a bunch of these little designs in a row. Out of the way so I don't. It does show on the black, doesn't it, Vicky? I can't wait to see it change. All right. So we have that. I'm going to take my ink mat out. Hopefully I can, let me kind of knock it out this way so I can press it. Is that gonna press? Ah! We may have to do that in 2 sections. All right, I'm gonna put my butcher paper on. Trying to get it so the bag doesn't collapse on itself. Go. I'm gonna do the top part first. Hi, Tammy Duke. Hey, Julie. I always felt intimidated by the, oh, you should not. Sometimes I think for some people the ink can be easier, Christine, because you don't have to worry about like the paste and peel or the fact that it's going to dry in your silkscreen. It's not going to dry until you heat set it. But I will say, when you're done inking, you want to wash your transfer out right away, because if your ink does end up drying in the silkscreen, you're not going to be able to use paste or anything else in that. So those are just some of the ins and outs of that. I can't wait to see this one. The shirt was so much fun. Julie, we did a shirt with the color changing ink. And this is the Focus on the Good reusable silkscreen transfer that is part of the Valentine's sale, believe it or not, even though I don't feel like it's super Valentine's-y, but these are just fun things that you can use even in all seasons, especially if you have a hobby of photography or just love to take pictures or just like cute bags, right? So we have that pressed, and you'll know because look, now it's part of the bag. It does not feel like it, you know, is on top of the fabric. It has fused into the fabric, almost like sublimation feels. And then we'll press the other side. So whatever material you're using, heat set it. If you're using a traditional iron, just iron both sides at 4 minutes. If you're using a clamshell, I think 30 seconds is good. And again, if you're using a quick press like this, both sides, 30 seconds is fine. And then we'll just make sure we get the bottom really good. And then we'll play again with the light to see how it looks on the black. Good idea, Teresa. She always has great ideas. Ugh. After this, I'm going to go sit down. I've been sitting all day at my desk, but I want to sit down and just relax and maybe have a glass of wine. It's been a day. Not bad day, just busy. What kind of bear do you use with a traditional iron? You could use parchment paper, Christine. This is just butcher paper because I was too lazy to grab parchment paper after I already came down to the basement. And I have butcher paper down here for sublimation, but it's about the same. But yeah, use some parchment paper. I want to say people have used wax paper also. Look at this. It is part of the fabric. All right. It gives me an idea of what I want to do when mine comes in. What are you going to do? Tell us, or you don't want to give us your secrets. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so now you see it. I'm gonna put this UV on here and then we'll move it down. I feel like that's not enough light on here. I may have to hold it there for a second. Can you see? Let me move it down. I don't feel like it changed as much as the, oh yeah, it did. Let me hold it up this way. Let's do it this way because I felt like the t-shirt was easier to see this way. All right, so we have it here. Let's see. Oh. I don't know. I don't really see as much as a change as I did on the white. Did I break it? It definitely changes, but it's not as different, but it might just be not bright enough because it is a dark fabric. It probably needs to be out in the sunshine because if I hold it really close here, let's do it like this. You see how it changed real quick? See how it's blue and then it changed. It's not enough light because it's so dark. Maybe if I hold it up this way. See how quickly it changes? I'm going to do something on a black shirt. Let me go up here. So it definitely is much more noticeable on the white, but I think it's because we're indoors. Oh, there we go. Do you guys see the yellow there? Yay! It's just not enough light. I'm going to, hey Anita, I'm going to try again. You see how it's turning yellow now? There you go. See the yellow coming through? I'm sure if we were out in the sun, it would change immediately, but I'm just using my little nail light on here. Let's try here. I'm just gonna hold it up. You see how that's yellow? I'm gonna hold it against the camera part. See how blue it is? Yes. Oh, you can see it? If you guys missed the t-shirt, let me show you the t-shirt because while we're indoors, oh, now it's actually more yellow. Let's let that sit. Maybe it just needs a moment. This is the t-shirt. And watch this. Yellow. Blue. Look at that. I didn't get it on this side. There we go. See that? That is on that. I will take a picture tomorrow. And then this is what this looks like. But let's give it some UV. My poor little nail lamp. Oh, there you can see the yellow coming through. Can you guys see it? I don't know because it's so bright in here. There you go. There's the yellow. Oh, my light turned off. And that's what color you'll see outside, is that yellow. And then there's the blue. Whew! I was wondering if I broke it. There's the blue. Yay! Actually, the yellow is staying on there. I think it's holding on to it longer once you have enough light on there. But what a cute little tote bag. Let me put my little shirt in here and we could see this cute little bag. Who wouldn't want that as a little sprinkle prize? Anita, look what I'm wearing. Do you see what I'm wearing? Teresa says she can see the yellow. So here's my little bag. Let's come back down here. Maybe, I'm gonna try it again because that's so much fun. I'm just gonna really hold it here. Who would have thought my little nail light would give enough? I can see the yellow coming through. Yes. Yellow. Blue. Oh, that's so awesome. So yeah, Couture just wanted to try this out to see if anybody liked it. And if people like it, then they'll invest in more of this. But, you know, they didn't want to come out with all these colors and people are like, that's not cool. But I think it's amazing. So I'm going to put this t-shirt on tomorrow, go outside, take a picture, and then I'll take the bag outside and take a picture, okay? But this is our color of the month. Color changing ink called Bisous. That transfer is part of the can't see you guys. The transfer is part of the Valentine's Day sale. There were other pieces to that transfer. So if you want to make color changing flowers, these are also pieces of that transfer. Flowers, more flowers. I just didn't want flowers on my shirt, but they would be cute on a tote bag. More flowers. And then we also have the chockable chip shapes that match that are also on sale. The Valentine's Day sale is 50% off of all of the Valentine's Day items. If you're in Club Couture, you get 55% off. If you're a designer, you get 62% off. You can add the color of the month to your cart once your order reaches 75. And at these thresholds, you will also be able to add Sincerely Yours and Dear Diary. These are going to be free paste depending on how much is in your cart. Okay, so a lot of compounded sale with a freebie and another freebie on top. Okay, and then you can add fun things like this in your cart. All right, what else? That was so much fun. I had a lot of fun with that. I hope they do too, Teresa. Like I said, I didn't go to Utah this past weekend, but they gave everybody that went a little jar, and it was like a pinky purple that was really beautiful colors both ways. But this was just their trial to see how people like it. I may have 4 packs of it, so I am going to play with it. And again, I think it would be fun to mix it with the permanent ink so that some parts stay and some parts change based on where you are. When I look at this t-shirt, I can see the design on here, but of course it's not as bright as when I went outside. So I may have to have Ezra help me and watch the color change as I walk in and outside. But we'll take a look at that tomorrow, you guys. I am going to go. Thank you so much for joining me.